be grinding for that queso. Situation sticking, this could be another Waco. Cut them down the middle, ready to serve you when I say so. Always making bops, delivering what you paid for.
What you doing? Never radiant on the moon making music. So the general told us to go, he's fuming.
Oops.
So we better get there before it's ruined. That cheese, the moon is made of it. Let's see how much we save that cheese.
Irving with it. You know, his impact on offense has been terrific, scoring just around 20 points a game. Just about halfway through the season, Grant. Which half of the season went quicker for you, first or the second?
You know, B.A., after all the anticipation, the first half just goes by in a hurry. And the second half, you are in a rhythm, so the games can blend into one. So, I'm going to be a politician. The answer is both.
On the floor for the Warriors. Michael Porter out there with MP. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Kajimski in at the 3 slot. Now here's Irving. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd, and he told me one guy that we have to always be cognizant of is Chet Holmgren. Coach explained his biggest impact comes on the defensive end, but we can't overlook his offense. He's a 7-footer with guard skills.
Getting the Grinch, yeah, we be getting the Grinch. All my dog come with a.
Hello? How are you? I'm okay. Come on through. Here today, I'm too busy to in my own Well, hit me back when you have a view. I could really use a fresh point of view. Hey, I gotta go. Wife is calling me, but take care of it.
And Golden State's looking who they've got. We've got Mitchell Robinson. MP out there with Michael Porter.
I gotta run, but Merry Christmas.
What's up, Merry Christmas? Happy New Year. All the young feelings. Everything is gone. This ain't no words to me. If they don't ever love about it, it just occurred to me.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Well, we always hear about the rookie wall, Grant, but some players seem to claim it's a myth.
Well, you know, B.A., I think it's real for most first-year players. Adjusting to the length and intensity of an NBA season can be exhausting, but some guys will be able to break through that wall.
And so in the game...
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Michael Porter. Kajimski out there with Chet Holmgren. Then it's MP. And it's Robinson in at the 5 slot. Again, this is a fun time of year, mid-season basketball. From award races to juggling playoff pictures, it's terrific.
Yeah, you really get to see things taking shape. I like watching teams rise up and make the unexpected run. Makes the league so much more interesting.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him. What did he just do? MP showing some insane athleticism.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Average trailed by 18. Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And a quick look at some of the numbers for Chet Holmgren. Quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Now flagged. Scoreless thus far. Effort off the mark, and the clock continues.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And here's Monk. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Looking for the first basket of the game. Oh, good from Irving.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
And that one's good by Porter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been awesome.
Here's Flag. 27 points last game. Average gets to Monk. Dallas no good that time either.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allen LaForce on the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. Coach thinks that they can push Chet Holmgren out of the comfort zone, and he's okay with making him a jump shooter. He said on the perimeter, he may as well be any shooter. We can guard that. Once he's on the inside, though, the advantage is his. So we have to prevent that as much as we can. Kevin, back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much.
And I like how MP carries himself. It's a big reason why his teammates enjoy playing with him.
And both free throws good for MP. Irving with it. He has yet to score. Davis with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. The kick out to Irving. It's Davis on the wing. Back to Irving to stop the run.
Back my hand. No ball, no ball, no hand. No, 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 hand. I lay both my life in sin. I'm back in. All I want to do is talk within. Doing anything in life to win. But now I'm trying to do right by him. Right by him. I'm trying to do right by him. I was only trying to find my hand.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Still without a basket in the game. And so in the game for the Warriors. Brandon Pajemski out there with Chet Holmgren. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. Then it's MP. And it's Porter in at the two. Two teams tonight trying to elevate to mid-season form, Graham. And really start to push to control each game.
And that gets more and more difficult as fatigue mounts. The travel miles climb and games just tighten up. You know, BA, you just got to push through all of that and keep playing your best ball.
To end the run, Warriors with the rebound.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find...
Nice! Oh, man. MP, that was nasty.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. Here's Monk. Yet to see a basket. Now Irving. Has to flag from deep.
But now I'm trying to do right by him.
Yo, see that's man-made. Check it out. It is God-made. We stay quick. We don't never quit, but we stay lit through the dark days. Eternal flame, heavy rain, burning bush on my shoes off. Vietnam, about to drop a bomb on the ground.
Here's Irving. Still without a basket. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah,
I'm trying to take it straight up. You should never be happy to see the next man. So say you little guy, why you hate your brother? Give me a piece of that with my brother. I go me. I go in. Rely on me. Rely on it. Nobody need nobody. Just like my twin. I like my twin. Jesus, nigga, I'm flying off the press. I win. I'm like you see.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
On the floor for the Warriors, Chet Holmgren out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. Then it's Michael Porter. Oh, throw it down! Wow!
Okay, young man. We see you, MP. We know you for real.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. And so it's Dallas with it. Searching for their first points of the game. Victory eluded them the last time they faced the Warriors.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall in that one.
Irving pass to Davis. 5 on the clock. Back to Irving. To stop the run.
I know sometimes I tend to get in my flesh again, but I'm a new creation, so my flesh goes to depth again. Hey, I told Steve, bro, you ahead of your time.
Looking at Dallas, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Kings.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Well, that's a classic example of a tough road loss. If they had been at home with their crowd's energy behind them, things may have turned out differently.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Pajemski out there with Chet Holmgren. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Porter. And it's MP in at the 1. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Raptors did some very solid work. He had an unbelievable amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. He was clearly on a mission, and no one was getting in his way. A flat-out dominant performance.
Thanks as always, Allie, for that great report. Greg, we'll see if he can keep growing here tonight.
Yeah.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
On the floor for the Warriors, we've got Mitchell Robinson. MP is out there with Michael Porter. And there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Holmgren in at the 4. And this is a tough time of the season, Grant. A few months in, with a few months to go.
Yeah, BA. You know, for the players, this is when they start to feel the grind of the regular season. A lot of the guys are dealing with nagging fatigue or mental weariness.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Toronto got the job done. He dropped an amazing number of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for Dallas. Looking for their first basket of the game. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Outside Monk. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Pass to Porter. Here's the 3. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Austin's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Irving. Pass to Davis. Back to Irving. Gafford in the post. Robinson defending. Irving, no good.
Boy, his struggles this quarter is not helping them right now. They need to start going to somebody else on the offensive end. You want to talk about a perfect performance? He hasn't missed a shot all night. Incredible.
Here's Monk following the score by Golden State. On the wing, Davis. And stolen by Holmgren. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. MP, the pass to Porter. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Well, the painted area is really where Mitchell Robinson thrives, Doris.
B.A., he might be the best offensive rebounder in the game, and his ability to do that helps teams win on the margins. He's also a menace on the defensive end, a massive presence at the rim. That block is about MP knowing the scouting report. This guy knew exactly where he was trying to get to.
The three from Holmgren. Davis for the rebound.
Bad defense, bad shot. Neither working on that play.
Pass to Irving. Looking to win the run. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Well, we get to see future Hall of Famer in Kyrie Irving tonight, Grant. What's his best skill?
I'll be honest, B.A. I've never seen a guard finish like Kyrie around the rim. He makes really difficult buckets look too easy.
Doris, we've said it before. Kyrie Irving has some of the best handles this game has ever seen. What makes him so good?
B.A., to me, you can tell Kyrie has had a basketball in his hands from his earliest years. There is just a comfort, whether he's in traffic or if there's multiple defenders being sent in his direction. Under duress of heavy pressure, it's like Kyrie Irving sees nothing but the rim in front of him. He's truly incredible.
And Walker gets it to go on the assist by MP.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And so it's Dallas with it. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot.
My God, make the blind man see. That's so wonder. I've seen that holy love me concert. Jesus took the world, every man, now he yell on my fear no evil, fear no evil.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, they've got Michael Porter. He's out there with Jarris Walker. And B out there with Black. And it's Pumpkin in at the two-guard spot.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
MP looking around. And the Warriors, another 3 point.
Hard to believe you can have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
And so it's Dallas with outplay.
Hey, yeah, do I walk through the shadow with them, but I'm feeling no evil, I'm feeling like Sonic. Gotta stay humble with all of my drip, but it's getting too hard cause I came up from that. Speaking of fruit, my words so powerful, so I just been moving like go with these honey. Didn't be lacking, I opened my Bible, we caught up like gun away.
Irving against MP. Will it go? And it's MP with a rebound. On the wing, Porter. Back to MP. Pass to Porter. And here's Black from the arc.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Outplay in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make
Now we ain't trying to negotiate.
know what I'm saying? Chris,
Stack you hard,
Here's Dallas now. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
And so here is Dallas. Last time they lost to the Warriors.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
Here's Irving. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Well, protecting the rim, plays like that really bolster your defense.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
So with Irving on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. They've got Flag. Also, Dosumu out there. All out there with Vucevic. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Raptors got the job done. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are, guys.
Great stuff as always, Allie. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his raw.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Flag is out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then it's Ball. Then there's...
Crown on my head, stay there, never gave up. I'ma drop the bag on me, cause I ain't got bag on me. I ain't got the bag on me. I'm so glad he sent me. I got a recipe, chasing my destiny. Boy, take the picture, you better believe. I got the recipe, just get them carefully. I'm thinking heavenly, gotta cheese. I'm put the crowns on that, put the whole city on that.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. So with Irving on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now.
Yeah, I put the door to my schedule. I'm doing time when I pedal. Ride when I settle for less. Keep on the fly and the pressure. Invested, bought me some Tesla. Trusting in the Lord, he gon' test you. I won't put it on a special. Extraterrestrial UFO pedal. We fit the Lord on this thing that we scared of.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. In this league, you've got to have moves and counter moves. Grant, your toolkit was pretty complete coming in.
Well, you know, I tried to keep adding to it. It's like baseball. If they're struggling to hit your heater, that changeup will work even better.
We've got Ball. Flag is out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then there's the Sumu. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Toronto got the job done. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game, guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
Yeah, he was more than happy to carry them today. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the Mavericks have stressed the importance of defense to winning at the highest level, Grant.
Yeah, BA, they felt that fortifying the team at that end of the floor would get them closer to contention. And look at them, they're making some bold moves there along the way.
He's just basically a body out there right now, nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all.
His play is a big reason why they're ahead. He hasn't missed a shot all night.
Now here's Ball. Things just don't...
Where is the lie? Making it fun like the 4th of July. Tearing down walls, I'm at the size. I'm making it climb. I'm blaming the rebel inside. No reading in line. Ready for mine. I'm ready for action. I'm done with the hiding. Ready for
On the floor for the Warriors. They've got MP, Jarris Walker out there with Anthony Black, and it's Buffkin in at the 2 spot. And Grant, when talking about certain...
They keep sleeping on me, they sleep. They keep sleeping on me, they sleep. Yeah. They keep sleeping on me, they sleep. They keep sleeping on me, they sleep.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Golden State's looking at who they've got. We've got Walker. Anthony Black is out there with MP. And it's Buffkin in at the 2 guard. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Raptors got the job done. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. And with the flashy numbers he put up in that one, it's worth the price of admission just to see how he follows it up. Guys,
great stuff, Allie. We thank you. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
Here's Ball. After the Warriors pick up 3, just 4 to shoot. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You love to see the competitive fire, but he couldn't sink that revenge triple.
And stolen by Flag. And here we go. Fast break. Flag's got it. Back to Ball. Dallas moving the ball around. On the wing, Dosunmu. Black defending. Just 5 to shoot. Alston with the rebound.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Shot to stop the run. And it's Flag missing. The Warriors have gotten all of their first 6 shots to go in here in the second. What a quarter so far. Basket good. 6 points for Jarris Walker.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Ball. Pass to Dosunmu. Now Flag. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
Now here's Dosunmu. Black defending. Outside Ball. But 3. Buffkin with the rebound.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
MP looking around. Here's Black. The shot's with Alston making the play. Black's got 9.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Ball, the pass to Vucevic. Back to Ball. And here is Dosunmu. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by MP. MP's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. RJ, you and I talk to people around the league, and there's a lot of chatter.
Nikola Vucevic is out there with flag. Then there's Dosunmu, then it's Ball. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, BA, you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, even change shots. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. This is the fourth and now longest coaching stop for the Mavericks, Jason Kidd. Kyrie Irving said he's learned from the past head coaching jobs that he's had and being with different players and seeing them improve. Now he's mastering his coaching philosophy and being an originator. Brian, back over to you.
We've seen it all. Allie, appreciate the report.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down, get high percentage looks, and then D up.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
And so it's Dallas with it. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Here's Ball.
State of my heart, it's state of the art, so just play a part and we'll make it ball. Shooting like stars, never with more. Don't fall alone, pass all the ball, search out the scars. She gave me life, but she gave me charge. Hills in the valleys, I think I'm in Cali. I don't know the alley, I'm feeling not standing. Popping no ass, but buzzing like Annie. That's why to my granny, I bless my daddy.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up to the Mavericks. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
So it's Irving on the bench. Here's the five for Jason Kidd right now. They've got Dosunmu. Vucevic is out there with flag. Then there's Lonzo Ball. So, Greg, with All-Star voting underway, there are plenty of deserving players, but only 12 spots for each conference. It is very difficult to choose.
And that's why it feels like someone gets snubbed every year. I'd love to see the league expand the rosters to 15 spots. Remember, we had 12-man rosters back when there were only 9 teams.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Raptors had a huge game. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
Nice work there, Allie. Thank you. In stretches, he was absolutely down. Greg, he loved the matchup performance tonight.
This team needs his contribution. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference between...
But I know I be stuck. Why I feel like I learn more from the streets than the church. And if Jesus paid it all, why do I doubt my worth? I swear my homie first call was a